Welcome to the Path of Least Resistance, episode 27. My name is Devourer, and today we're going to be doing the 5.5 star weekly nightmare for the week of September 16th, 2024. And for this, we're going to be using Yasuo with Crownguard Inheritance, Everfrost, and Tempest Blade. I'm not sure if this is going to work. This adventure is extremely hard. Use Aurelion Sol if you have it. Kind of hard. For this week's special rules, we have Lil Buddies. Round start, the foe summons a 1-cost Poro. Inevitability, round start, grant the foe's units everywhere +1/+1. And of course, Deadly, which is when the foe summons a unit, grant its stats equal up to half its stats rounded up. The foe's spells and skills deal double damage. So basically, Inevitability will make your Poros bigger. The Poros are going to get even bigger from Deadly, and they're just going to have a full board all of the time, and this is against Lissandra, which does not help. This weekly is very, very hard. Take hold it if you get it. Always take hold it if you get it. I've tried this with Annie, and it just takes too much damage on round 2 to be consistent. You might be able to get through the whole thing if you play really well. I'm just not sure it's worth it. And I tried Kindred. Kindred just can never attack, so Kindred ends up losing that way. You can stay alive for a lot of rounds though, which is, I guess, good. Here, you have to think about next round, where we didn't draw Steel Tempest. So what we can do here is drop the 4U Blade, Scout, and the goal was to draw Steel Tempest off of that. But even if that doesn't happen, we do keep the mana for Will of Ionia. We will have 2 of their units stunned, so that's good. But they're going to have 4 units to start, so that's already 2 coming at us. And whatever they play, so I assume it's just going to be a full board. I kill our blocker, which is great. And they take an attack. We'll send the strongest unit back to their hand, and we'll take 14. Yasuo is 3 stars, but I do have 10 extra hit points, so you'll notice my Nexus health is only at 36 instead of 26. Just any time I fall below 10 there, assume I died. We're going to play a Blade Scout, and or Blade Twirler, and also another Blade Twirler. Idea here is that I want to win next round, and if they don't open attack, I should be okay. Of course, we'll just get hit with Electro Harpoon, why not? So as long as they don't open attack, first thing we must do is play Yasuo.
I follow only one path, my own.
We'll stun a unit, then stun the entire board. Not quite enough damage to remove everything. Their health is just too high. But we do get the attack token, and I think we can force them to block here. I think we have to attack now. Potentially they could have another unit in hand that we can't block, but I don't know, it's just a matter of risk.
Now we've got the upper hand. Try to keep up.
We'll attack again. So even with Hold It, this didn't go very well.
One step closer to redemption.
Shadow Assassin with Power Rift is great. Basically the only time we'll be able to play Shadow Assassin. And I guess potentially we could use a reroll here if we wanted something that could help us. Normally we're not super interested in using that. Ezreal is interesting. It gives us a way to win the game without attacking. And it also comes with Focusing Crystal. But these aren't like really low cost units, which we might need to survive. Take Elise here. I don't want to spend too many more rerolls. Chamber of Renewal will give us Spell Shield, which is great, but we would have to go through Riptide Rex. And we'll probably lose our win condition there, so I think we're forced to go through Yusari. Which, for what it's worth, is not much better. Keep Steel Tempest, keep Yasuo. We do have a Vile Feast in hand that does 3 damage. One of their units has 3 hit points, so we can use that. We can also hope and pray that next round we draw into a second Steel Tempest. So those are options, but removing a unit and getting Steel Tempest is basically the same thing. So we can just remove the unit there before it gets bigger. And of course they already have a full board. Not a lot we can do here. Block the highest, stun the next highest, take 12. So, without that plus 10 health node, I would be at 6 hit points. Instead, we're at a very healthy 16.
Think you're fast? Cute.
It's a little bit of sarcasm, but 16 is better than 6. That part is true. As always, we have to take the risk. We need to play Yasuo on their attacking round, because if we don't, we lose the game. However, given their board, if they open attack, we also lose the game.
I will follow this path until the
Also, the mid-boss is Aurelia, which I don't know how we beat. Like, I'm pretty smart, I'm pretty good at this game. I just don't know how we do it. All of the blades are gonna have +1/+1, and there's a lot of blades. So here we need our Feyblade Twirler high enough to win the game. And I think we have it. My advice is if you do not have Aurelion Sol, just hyper focus on Yasuo. Get him his mana gem, get him extra hit points. And Homecoming with cost reduction, I think, is required here. Although, Wing and Wave with Shadow Totem is a low cost follower, and it will give us a lot of blockers. We'll take that and kind of hope. We'll take a spells chest. Will of Ionia with a mana gem is cool. The downside is that it adds 2 copies to our deck, which can dilute the other stuff that we want. But mana gem is good, so I'm going to take it and pray. Yeah, that sounds good. Shop is probably better than champion item chest for Yasuo. And in either scenario here, we're going to be fighting full boards, so I'd rather take the one. Actually, they both also have Challenger, so I don't know. This is kind of a choose your death situation. And none of this actually helps us. We can keep Shadow Assassin. Maybe we can play her down for 1. Which will preserve mana in case we draw something that we can use next round. Also attack. And they already have a full board. We do have Will, so we can get rid of 1. Vile Feast isn't going to do as much for us as Will of Ionia is, so we'll do that. And we would be at 2 hit points without that plus 10 hit point node, which is not a healthy amount of hit points. Play down Fae Blade Twirler. Could get 3 hit points back here from Vile Feast. Sounds pretty good. Might have been better to just save it for next round when we had more mana. Then we could have used Will of Ionia in addition to Yasuo. That's probably like the actual thing we're supposed to do. Here, I can't bet on them not attacking, so I have to play Yasuo. They have so much challenger, like it's so easy for them to win the game. We do get our full screen clear. Yeah, and the fact that they didn't play a unit here kind of suggests that they were done. They did scout, which means they get to attack again, but we have Skill Tempest. They get 2 units off of that. They have Challenger, we can't do anything about that. We will be on an open port next round though. Never mind, they have 1. But it's fine, they only have 2 hit points. We're completely fine into this. So yeah, it's a pretty miserable experience, but I mean, we're making it. Pick up Concussive Fall, more copies always good. Better than taking Yone. So Whoosh will give us a blocker to start. There are better powers, but there are also worse powers, so we can just take that there. I don't think healing's gonna matter. If we die, we're just gonna be dead. I think getting rid of Brood Awakening is good here, and then we go into Aurelia. Now Aurelia is gonna kill us. That's, yeah, just we're gonna die. I'll keep the 2 Shadow Assassin in hand. They're almost certainly gonna have like a round 1 attack, so we'll play Steel Tempest there in response, and that'll make Aurelia free. Or not Aurelia, the Shadow Assassin's free. If they don't play anything, I don't hate it. Now we're gonna have to deal with Aurelia several times here. I'm gonna play Navori Blade Scout, that'll draw a card. This is their first attack, which is actually pretty nice. There was possibilities for worse attacks for sure. I mean, we still have the Flawless Duet that we have to deal with. And we haven't drawn Yasuo, which is a real problem. Here's the Flawless Duet. We have to wait for it to go off before we stun. We're gonna take 3 damage anyway. Or if we're going to block anyway, we may as well hit it with the guy that can take damage rather than a blade, which will just obliterate. We do get Yasuo, which we are super thrilled about. So normally we delay playing Yasuo, but any attack from Aurelia is a full attack from Aurelia, so we need to get him down as soon as possible. I don't even know if attacking first to take advantage of Crownguard Inheritance was a viable option.
I will always catch you.
Yeah, we have to block this way. If you're counting, we are dead if we don't have that plus hit point node.
Sacrifice
So if you want to take the healer,
One purpose.
that's a thing you can do. Oh no.
Clear my name.
Check out these.
They block our Yasuo and apparently have Force of Discipline, Discipline of Fortitude, which of course kills us.
Generations tended this land.
There's no way to win here.
We must retreat for now, but I promise we'll return.
Yeah, we just don't have the mana.
Dance again. The order rewards its fate.
Of the summer fields.
That wasn't unexpected. I thought we were going to die in round 1 in
Fight
much
for the first
more
round.
dramatic fashion. So actually using the healer there would have been really positive for us surviving. I just didn't think it was going to be worthwhile. And I'm sure we'll see what I mean right now. Again, we do not draw Yasuo, which is tragic.
Shoulder set. Blade sharp.
So this is kind of what I expected last round.
I've danced this
Just
100
getting hit with a ribbon dancer.
Lesson learned.
The dark beckons. Shoulder set. Blade sharpened. Plant that lead foot. Don't worry. I've danced this 100 times.
You only have 1 stun for this round, which might not be enough to live.
Generations tended this land. I cannot leave.
We must retreat for now, but I promise we'll return.
So for the first blade dance, we kind of have to eat all the damage because the next blade dance is going to be worse, or the next attack is going to be worse. However, if we stun this guy with Concussive Palm, that does put another unit on the board. So yeah, it's pretty good. Also, they're out of mana, so they can't do another ribbon dance or anything.
Silent as death.
Lead the way.
Not drawing Yasuo is just terrible. I actually think it might be fine to take this damage, because we're worried about the next 2 rounds more than we're worried about now. This is just really bad. You could use the Concussive Palm to draw a unit. The unit could be a Yasuo. We can lose our Tail of the Dragon here and play our Concussive Palm. And we do get Yasuo, but we no longer have the mana to play him. Drop? I don't know. I'm just gonna pass. Could have attacked for 3. Probably would have been worthwhile. I'm just so focused on survival right now. Like, I don't care about anything else that's happening.
Maybe I do have a future.
Which is a mistake. You do need to do your 3 damages when you have the
Sleep is
opportunity.
my kind of rest. No cure.
I don't know if it's... I mean, we're gonna stun her anyway. I think it's better to do it now. I don't know the proper order of when I should stun her. Also, by doing that, yeah, the other order was better. She could also replay Aurelia here.
A misstep.
Big mistake.
Some things never dull.
We'll attack though. No extra blade dance. It's great.
My kind of rest.
Head to them.
And is full. play a passing move.
What lurks in the shadows. It will all be over soon.
Haseki! Even I have good my kind of lessons.
And a Void Blade Scout. Hopefully they don't have another. Okay, they do.
You cannot win.
Kind of unfair that there's 3 blades. I don't know why Blade Dance won. I guess you just get extra blades. So, yeah. It is what it is. Again, if we didn't have that 10 health, we were dead here. We would have had to block with Yasuo, which, I mean, maybe would have been fine.
I do alright.
We'll see.
The order rewards its fate.
And we can play their Wings of Wave here. This will give us plenty of blockers for any sort of Blade Dance. And aside from that, we can kind of just relax.
At last, I have found you. Yone, turn back while you can.
My family was raised on this soil.
Even I have good. It is time.
I don't know if they have Will of Ionia or something similar. Okay, great. We make it through. Yeah, like I said, if you don't have
Closer to redemption.
that extra hit points, this is going to be much tougher. So grab that node. And grab the mana node too. If you have the extra mana, yeah, so it becomes way, way smoother. So I would always suggest doing that. But, you know, 3-star no epic relics. This is what we do. We get our chance to get Lil Buddies, and we're definitely taking that. That's going to be so great for our defense. Devourer of the Depths has the ability to potentially eat our Yasuo, which is scary, and they're also going to get very big because they're going to eat their own giant units. So we're going to want to have some defensive options in hand. I think 1 Will of Ionia is enough because we can't afford to play 2 anyway. We do have all our hit points back, which we're very happy about. We have Yasuo in our hand, which we're also very happy about. We got some Poros now, which we're happy about. Everything is great. Good drop Yasuo here. Normally, I do like to wait to play it on a defensive turn, and I think I still will do that.
Come closer. I don't.
But I'm less concerned about our defensive turn now that we have Yasuo who will be playable on 3 mana because of Power Rift. This adventure is stressing me out. There's just so much going on. Okay, great. Don't lose 2 units, why not? We could actually keep passing and see if they do anything else. Yeah, that's probably all they're gonna do. I could be wrong, but good chance that's all they're gonna do.
Maybe I do have
I do wish we could have picked up that spell shield on Yasuo. That would have been really
I
nice.
do alright. Even I have good days. My kind of lessons.
Can't catch the wind.
And Elise will make us a nice little spider lean blocker. We're not super concerned. I probably shouldn't attack with the Stein Disciple. That's probably a huge mistake. Or a minor mistake, at least. Definitely some level of a mistake.
One blade, one purpose.
We could use a bite.
And we're just going to keep all our mana going into next round. There's no reason to spend it now. So we expected this to happen, and we did save a stun or recall. We could have done either of these. Would have lowered his hit points, well, it would have killed him, so that this ability wouldn't impact us. It's really funny that, like, tossing everything we can into that little Poro, we still can't kill him.
I do all right.
They're out of mana, so it's probably fine to play Yone here, but I'm a little concerned because I'm not super familiar with their deck list. Like, if they have another of the list, then we would get attacked. We do have a way to prevent dying if they don't, or something like that. Yeah, just being very careful here. And I think this guy should die next round. So yeah, we do kill him. Unfortunately, they do make another. We're gonna play Wings of the Wave, just as a passing move. That's unfortunate. I was hoping that we would be able to play Yone, and then challenge, and then win, but that obviously isn't going to happen when they get Shadow Totem Mirai Warden. We don't have Beyblade Twirler, so we have no way to hit through all this chump blocking. Yeah. I mean, we can go ahead and attack with some of our weaker units, just kind of sacrificing them. It gives us a little bit of board space back, which I don't know if that helps. It does lower their hit points as well. And since they're going to be consuming each other, that might be relevant. I don't know what that last card is, but I don't know that we have to worry anymore.
Or does it follow?
We only have one card left. I think we should probably be okay.
Quick footwork, fast strikes.
So basically, they're going to create a Poro. We're going to attack. That will be the whole game. The hold-its don't happen until, or they happen before the Poro is created, which is a little bit unfortunate. I would love to have presented a cleaner run here, but this is hard. This is actually like really brutal. Strategic Execution is maybe my most favorite spell on Yasuo. We're gonna go ahead and pick that up, and Perfected Manaflow will make our lives so very much easier. We could take Celestial Wonder here, that's more stuns, but I don't think we need it. I think we're good. And we want to reroll this for... Fast Deal isn't bad, it'll give us an extra draw, and we've been having problems running into Yasuo, so that's a thing. If we go this way, we're only going to be able to buy a common power, so it might be better to take Honored Lord. We might find something like Spell Shield, I think, although Scout Scheme, I don't think we can actually survive, so we're going to go this way instead. Kato and Shiraza is going to have a lot of Overwhelm. We do have a lot of Stun, so we're not super worried about that. I'm going to keep Strategic Execution, it's the only stun that we drew. And so yeah, this is the foe's allies with Overwhelm have +3/+0 is Kato's power. And they're going to be able to grant their allies Overwhelm with Kato. But I mean, he's going to be stunned most of the time, so it's not too bad. Can attack with this elusive here, and I think we're just gonna chill until next round. When we play Yasuo, he'll do his board clear, and we can play him on round 2 now that we have the mana and Power Rift. Oh, that's nasty. So we take 11 damage that we can't avoid.
Sleep is for the guilty. Maybe I do have a future.
But now we have Yasuo on board, we'll be able to stop that kind of attack in the future.
No cure.
I think he will potentially still have more units to play, yeah, and he does. Could use Will of Ionia here just to get our extra mana gem. But with Perfected Manaflow, that's a lot less important. And almost assuredly he's going to attack. When they have quick attack, they don't block, and then they attack to try to remove one of your units. As long as their attack is higher than the health of any of your units. I don't want to play a passing move here.
Quietly.
So when they do something like Alpha Wild Claw, if we have a stun, we can just remove them. That was one of our plans earlier. And getting Beyblade Twirler out is phenomenal. And since they're out of mana, we are safe to play like Strategic Execution. Or Yone here, we can use Yone and save Strategic Execution for when they have more units on the board.
Now who's got the upper hand?
If we attack with the Vistaya and Disciple, it'll go back to hand. We also have Poro Buddies, so we're not actually gaining the board space. We need it if we want to play Strategic Execution as a Legion General, which we kind of do want to do, because that would win the game. But instead we're going to have to do it a slower way. And here we'll just wait for them to decide what to do. If they do nothing, that's totally fine with us. We can just give up a couple blockers here.
If the journey doesn't get you the rope.
The back half of these adventures tend to be easier than the front half because you get powers. And those powers win the game.
Now who's got the upper hand?
Here we're just good to win. We did get our hit points, or no, we're still missing our hit points. But we can go ahead and get like a little bit back. They both have tough, which kind of sucks. We're only going to get 2 instead of 3. But, you know, some's more than nothing. Probably going to heal at the healer anyway. I don't know if it's worth removing a card. I don't know, I'll have to think about it. Need to look at my deck before I make that decision. Here we do not want an extra copy of Elise, that would be terrible. Stagehand is fine, we'll be able to play it multiple times in one round. At the shop, we could take a Blade Twirler with Farsight Alteration, literally no reason not to do that. We could take Survey Core, that's just another thing. Otherwise we're kind of gambling, but if we want Blade Twirler, we don't have that opportunity. And actually if we take that Blade Twirler, we're not allowed to buy any other cards. Because we don't have money. So if we were going to remove a card here, it would probably be Vile Feast or Blastcode Seedling. Probably Blastcode Seedling. And our hit points are pretty good, they're 45. Yeah, I'm just gonna make it so it's easier. And we should be okay until Lissandra. We have to worry about Entomb, so hopefully we draw 2 Yasuo. And we also have to worry about Ice Shards, so we did draw 2 Yasuo here, which is all we needed. We do want a stun spell. We can flip a Blade Twirler because we have Farsight Alteration, but we get it back again. Actually, I think we drew the exact same thing that we got rid of. And so normally, like we've been doing here, I don't mind waiting on playing Yasuo until something happens, but I think the earlier we play him in this adventure, probably the better off we are, because we expect to be hit with Entomb. And so if we're going to be hit with Entomb anyway, we just want the first one out so we can start making it the second one. And next round, they're going to have a pretty big hit. We're less concerned about mana here since we picked up Perfected Manaflow. We get hit with double Ice Shard here. The only way around that would be leveling, which I don't think I can do. So we're just going to lose our whole board. Yeah. That's fine, we're kind of prepared for that anyway.
Fast? Cute.
I believe Lissandra costs 3, so they shouldn't be able to play her. And right now, obviously this guy is terrifying, so we're just going to drop our Yasuo. That is our last Yasuo in hand, so things now become a little scary.
I follow only one path, my own. I do all right.
It also wastes our Crownguard level up, but I'd rather not have that 17 damage attack me.
Now who's got the
Choices.
upper hand? Try to keep up.
We can drag this guy so we can do maximum damage. Then we get hit with another Ice Shards, which will kill Perfected Blade Twirler. Kinda do need our Yasuo to grow Soul, and I'm not really seeing the path to that. I'm gonna drop this Poro as a passing move. Looks like they're deciding not to do anything else here. We have Will of Ionia in hand, which is gonna be discarded to our Bastille power. Wherever that is, that's not powers. Bastille. So I'm just using it to recall Yasuo ahead of time. That way he can eat up another Ice Shards. Lissandra should only have 3, so except for the ones that of course she creates by herself. Very nice, always fun. And we'll respond to that with strategic execution. And may as well kill off their Thrall Bulwark while we're at it. I'm actually gonna... Nah. Wanted to use the Steel Tempest to draw a card to make us safer, but I don't know that that's the call. There's just so much on board, and like when that attacks later, it's going to be terrible. So we just need to be attentive.
Silent as death.
These are troll lands.
They cannot hide.
Say we're not worried about Trundle, but we're kind of worried about everything. It's weird that they haven't pulled Lissandra. And here we're just going to get rid of Poros to play the stagehand. Our Yasuo is still tiny, he's not removing our opponent's units, and they're only getting stronger every round. I really don't want to get hit with another Buried in Ice. We have a lot of mana, so I'm going to go ahead and recall Yasuo here, which unfortunately will make him small again, but I don't know, I think it was the correct option there. And we'll play him down again to block. For this guy here, we don't want to take damage, we have to use Steel Tempest. Still not convinced that's the right move. And we can use Strategic Execution. It has Grifter's deck, so we can draw into more and start. We need to make Yasuo bigger is basically the idea here. Because if he can't start removing these units, we're just going to lose. We can also draw into more Grifter's decks, so let's see what our worst thing is. This has a Spiderling, that's fine. That has a Poro, we can get rid of that. Stagehand. So first wave, we actually do want to get rid of, like, regardless. Because we don't know how that's going to remove something else that's buried in ice. And then we can play this Shadow Assassin over Spiderling. That seems fine. And I'm also okay with getting rid of Exalted Poro. So we'll play this Stagehand because we're going to lose him anyway. And do a little extra damage, I think, to the strongest one. That'll make it. That'll give us our fastest path to removing these units from the board. I want to keep Stagehand. I'm okay with losing Shadow Assassin. I don't mind Shadow Assassin coming back, so we'll actually just get rid of this Poro. This guy on board will, is our win condition. And we drew Concussive Palm. I think we are going to get rid of Shadow Assassin, so I can do more stuns. I think I just have to be happy with what we have here. I could draw a card with Navori Blade Scout, but I have to get rid of something. I do want more cards though. We don't have the mana to really take advantage of this Stagehand here. So we're just gonna have to chill. We can do 2 damage, that's fine. I don't know what this last card is. Probably buried in ice again. Lissandra finally comes down, creating a 0 cost of the Watcher. Giving us a lot to think about. So we're going to stun 2 enemies, Lissandra. Actually, since we can't remove Lissandra anyway. No, it's fine, I think we just have to do Lissandra. Lissandra and this 24. Yeah, that sounds good. We do get attacked, which I was hoping not to. I was hoping they would play the Watcher first, so we had another round to do a thing. They don't give us that opportunity. So we needed to target Lissandra so we could use Stagehand to target her again. Ice Shards is one of the things we're most afraid of right now. And then we're just going to play basically infinite copies of the Stagehand. Watcher is a problem because it means we're not going to be targeting Trundle, basically, with our stuns. That's the biggest issue. But I think we can get Yasuo big enough this round to get rid of him anyway. So I think we'll be okay. And then Watcher's obviously never going to be able to attack, but also we're never going to be stunning anything else. I think we're good. We should win here. We're gonna get 2 stuns, 1 on each of them. We can drag the Poro with Yone. And we cruise to, I would not say an easy win, but a win nonetheless. So yeah, that adventure is psychotic. Very, very difficult. Had to think a lot. got really lucky with powers on top of that. If you have Yasuo as Windblade, definitely use that. It does change when you play Yasuo. Actually, probably doesn't even. And then obviously pick up copies of Hold It if you can. Get his health thing so that you can survive Aurelia. And ultimately, if you have Aurelion Sol, just use that. It's probably way better. That is my advice. I really don't know what else you could even play in there that is on the 3-star level. Obviously, you have like a 5-star Viego or Swain or maybe even Ashe. You're probably just chilling. But, you know, that is that. We made it through, and yeah, thank you for watching. If you like what I'm doing, like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.